Welcome back everybody. I'm back in the shed. It's about a week after I was last in here. I've got my welder. I've built a frame, a work stand, like a table for the bike to sit up on. But what we're going to focus on doing now is removing the engine from the bike. It's been a long day at work, so I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay at tonight until I might do some more tomorrow. But I'll give you a look at the plan and what else I've done. So I built this wooden table all out of scrap wood, and I welded up this front wheel chock. I'll bolt it over here and then once the engine's out of the frame, stick the wheel back on and push it up there. So not a heck of a lot left to pull out of here. You've got your mounts there and there and your frame. I'm going to rig up some sort of a jack, some description, to lower the engine down onto, and we'll see how we get on from there. So stay tuned. Alright, bit of sweating and struggling, but the motor's out. Woo! There you go. Just got the intake covered up there. There it is, all 1200 cc's. There's the hole that came out of. As you would have seen in the video, I managed to actually be able to lift it out by hand. Big hole. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to put it back in without scratching everything up, obviously, because that wasn't the prettiest, but we'll figure that out later. So now I can finally pull out the airbox. Don't need that anymore. Gonna have beautiful gap in our frame. We'll pull all this wiring harness out. Levers. Look at that, popping this brake switch like that. Here's the wiring loom. Happy man. I really need to have a clean up the shed, looking a bit cramped now. Look at that. Stripped down bike mainly. Still got the rear end to sort out, but now that the engine's out, I've got some space. I'm going to finish making up the wheel chock for the front of the table, and we'll put her up here. But we're going to put that in the middle of the room, obviously. So there you go. I know it wasn't the best lighting for the episode, being it's like it's 9 o'clock at night here, and daylight's excuse me, that's still leftovers from COVID. Daylight savings is over now, so it's dark at 6:30, so don't get much daylight. But there you go, you can see a bit more of a look on what the frame's going to look like. A big wide back tyre. That makes me very happy. Alright, I'm not sure where we got up to in the last part of the video. So I pulled the engine out, as you can see. It's up on the frame now. Nice big gap for us to work with. Don't need it in there because I know what I need to do as far as mods go. Now our engine's down here. Not going to work with it on the ground, so I've borrowed this engine stand. Now, as I'm sure you know, if you know anything about engine stands, usually where your bell housing of your transmission goes bolts onto the back of the engine, and you just put your engine through the holes like this part's the gearbox. Obviously, well, it might not be that obvious to some people, but this engine, being a motorbike engine, runs. It doesn't have a gearbox, so to speak, as in like a bolt-on gearbox. It's all in one unit, so there's no like bell housing to bolt it to. So I think I'm going to be able to use this bottom engine mount here, because I can't bolt it just here and here, because then I won't be able to split the case. So I'm going to bolt it there to the bottom engine mount, and then onto the side mount somewhere under here. So it's going to require a bit of welding and carry on, but I think I'll tackle that tonight, and we'll get it on the stand, put it to the side, and then we can cut our frame shortly. Oh, it's still very heavy. Okay, I was interrupted earlier by the battery going flat on the camera, so I've been inside and I've had my dinner. So I got the engine on the stand. You can see. The bracket I made is not quite as strong as I thought, so I'm going to brace it from here to these bottom hooks shortly. But yeah, I've got it out finally, so I can finish doing the I can start with the mods on the subframe once my piece of frame arrives, and then I'll also finish doing the last bit of strip down sort of on my bits and pieces of the brakes. I can't take the swing arm and stuff off yet because I need that all on there to do my framing, but I'll start removing all the bits I don't need. And then once we've done that, I will start stripping the motor down. Good times, looking forward to it. Now, I'm not sure what you can see here, but I think somebody's been here before me. So, yeah, let's see if I can. Top bolt, whether or not you can tell. Is a bit rounded out compared to that bottom one. Not sure if you, yeah, you go, you can see a bit better. So, gonna have a crack at getting it out now. It's a bit stuck. Loosen it up a bit. Might be out of luck here though. Ollie! There you go. Alright, so to remove springs, i.e. oh, can't really see that very well. Get a okay, to remove springs, what you want to do is you want to get yourself, I stuffed up ready. You want to get a cable tie. Oh, let's get a cable tie from the drawer of cable ties. Okay. What you want to do, get your cable tie and stick it around the end of your spring. It's a bit difficult one-handed, sorry. Then want to cinch off your cable tie. Once again, difficult one-handed. Okay, then all you simply do is you just pull. I say just simply pull, but it's very difficult one-handed. Okay, hold up. We can do it like this. Just like that. Then vice versa to put it back on. Just using a cable tie. You can use it on big springs too. See if we can pull this out. It's my brake switch. Okay everybody, thanks for watching again. Still trying to figure out how to film these bike build videos the best so that it's not boring, or so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Hands are always really dirty and sometimes I just can't be bothered moving the camera, so yeah, that's alright, we'll deal with it as we come along. Anyway, I'll give you a quick update of where we're at. I stuck a brace here, so now the engine's sitting flat and a lot more stable. Happy about that. I've got the top part of the triple off at the moment because I took off these ugly old headlight brackets. I won't be using those. I'm thinking about coming off of the old ignition bolts, the ignition barrel that sits up here. I'm not going to use an ignition like that, so I'm going to maybe go off these two bolts here, make a bracket to hold the headlight. We'll see. I've pretty much taken off everything that needs to be taken off now. Fuel pump's gone, kickstand's gone from here, center stand's gone from there. I've pulled the little caps, the little chrome caps off for the swing arm bolt. I've all the electrics are gone, all the little pipes and all that carry on. Rear brake is gone. Everything's gone off this side as well. Now I've still got to unbolt the pivot for my gear shifter, and then obviously you can see this chain's still on. Now you probably won't be able to see, but you can see it's a riveted chain, so that means that there's no joining link. So I didn't have a chain breaker because I've only ever dealt with bikes that have had a clip link before. So I have ordered a chain breaker, and that should be here tomorrow, and so we'll take that off tomorrow night after work. Springs obviously staying on, rear shocks. Yeah, so we're pretty much there as far as the strip down goes. I will, before we start cutting the frame up here, I've obviously already cut the back of the frame, but before we start modding any of this stuff, we're going to pull off the VIN tag, because we don't want to, we might need that. Now, I'm not sure if when I recertify the bike for all the modifications, whether I keep this VIN tag, because I know they use a little, it's an RFID chip now. It's only like the size of a coin, and that holds all the information as far as your modifications goes for the certification, but I might still need that original VIN tag, so we're going to hang on to it. My plan is to, this is the lower engine mount, so we won't be getting rid of that, but cut away all of this junk for the center stand. We'll be keeping this because that's the exhaust mount. We'll be cutting away anything on here that isn't necessary. All of this will be trimming down, making the frame all nice and flush, filling any holes we don't need. I'll be taking the forks off to rebuild them, but I'll also paint these lowers and the triple while they're off. But yeah, it's I'm pretty happy. It's pretty cool because now it actually looks like a project bike, not just a heap of junk sitting in the shed. Now I can see that what I'm doing, what I'm dealing with. So as soon as my piece of frame arrives, I see it's on its way here. Once that arrives, we'll cut into it, get it on the bike, set the tank up so we can see exactly where we want the piece of frame, weld the subframe in, and then from there it's going to be stripping the last parts off, so getting rid of the Oh, well, actually, I lie. Getting ahead of myself. Once I've welded the subframe in, we're going to build our electrics tray in here. Unsure exactly how I'm going to be doing it. I'm probably just going to go with a classic folded bit of steel in here. Battery's going to be up the back here, and I'm going to get the black box from Purpose Built Moto to go in here to run all my lights. So lots to look forward to, and like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode.